What's doing? Welcome back to another episode. The N80s are on the dyno. Let's go find out why. That's right, the N80 is on the dyno, but not for what you think. Alright, so I have a present ECU shop. I don't usually use ECU shop stuff because one, we weren't allowed to get it because it was very locked down, and two, because we just do factory ECU stuff. Now ECU shop is available, we can get it. We can do all sorts of makes and models with them, not just what I've got, ECU piggyback things, and this, the throttle controller. Now this throttle controller does a few things. I'll have a look on the camera here with you so you can see. But yeah, so it's plug and play. You can turn it on and off. There's 14 throttle modes, an eco mode, an anti-slip mode, an anti-theft mode, a ramble mode, and a winch mode. And we can also have it off our mobile. So you can have your phone control it, not just have to press a button, and I think it's pretty cool. It's another option, especially if you've got your mobilizer mode, you can turn that thing on and off. But the ramble mode is what we're looking for today. So ramble mode is very tunable inside most makes and models. I can do lumpy idles, we can do hard cut limiters, we can do all those sorts of things. This is more for guys that have a stock car that want the rumble idle, or the lope idle, depending on what you want to call it, but that dunka. Or if you have a tune already and don't want to go back and pay your guy who tuned your car to get the lope idle put in, this is an add-on. As well as getting a throttle control and everything else, you get that lumpy idle. So let's get stuck in. We'll open the box and we'll see what's inside, and then we'll start loading it in. Alright, so I've already opened the box, had a look, of course, but it comes in with instructions and scan codes to get your phone working. It's just a typical normal throttle controller piggyback, so into your throttle pedal and into the throttle cable. Then that comes up through to a handset, which is up in here. Now I'm going to probably need two hands either. I get it. Please hold while you use two hands. Okay, so here it is. Here's your controller, your remote, whatever you want to call it. Just some double-sided tape. Plugs in the old telephone line. But yeah, that plugs in. We can mount it up, or we can tuck it away. Obviously, we can just tuck it away and use our phone. And that's all you sort of get. So it doesn't look like much, but it does some cool things. So I'll get it under the dash, we'll get this bottom mount plugged in, I'll try and throw some light up under there so you can see, and we'll get it all connected and programmed to the car. So I've plugged it all together, you'll have it all here. There's a QR code there if you're going to register for your warranty. Like I said, it's just a piggyback, so it plugs into your throttle pedal and then into the cable itself, and then that's your remote controller. That can be mounted, like I said, with double-sided tape. You can put it wherever you want, obviously, here or over here, wherever sort of suits you, or you can just be tucked away because it does have the mobile app. So that still needs to be plugged in for it though to work. So let's get up under the dash and I'll show you where it goes. Alright, so up under here, that's your throttle pedal here. Up here, if I can try and make sure I can see the camera, there's a cable, see with the light. You can see the plug goes in, where are we? There, that's the plug on top here. So we're going to unplug that, and then we're going to plug the adapter in. So I'll try and get the light. Well, you can see it. Should be a bit more organised, shouldn't it? Oh, look at that, sick! So if I put that there, I should be able to unplug that. And that's your plug unplugged, simple as. Now we get the adapter from the ECU shop and put it in. So obviously you want to put the same end in, so that's the female end that goes into the throttle body. That's a male end there. So we go to this end, which is your female. We're just literally going to plug that in the same spot if I don't drop it. Trying to hold a camera and do this at the same time, but hold that up in there, literally push it in until it clicks, and then the other part literally piggybacks in. Try again with one hand. So if I can do this one hand, you can do it, it's easy as. But I might have to fast forward a bit here, but there we go. So if we get this in the right angle, hold your tongue in the right position, and you just push down till it clicks. That's on, and basically that is it connected. Now we've got to obviously route this wiring somewhere a little bit neater than just dangling down because it's not going to be great, but we should be able to turn it on and see if it works. So for the moment I've just hung it over my cup holder, but we're sure to turn this on. And there we go, it's powering up and it's working, so let's pair it with my phone. Alright, so you have to get this app. This is the Boost Speed Next from ECU Shop. It's easy to get, there's a QR code, you can grab it. But you grab that, download to your phone, turn your unit on, press the little 3 lines up the top here, press device. Down the bottom we have to press the plus button. We're going to press connect, and before it times out on me, it's going to ask me to press the button to press Bluetooth is connected. Then it says to press on the button, so press the button to send our code across, and it confirms that now we're connected with the little Wi-Fi, and we're connected, so I can now do this live. You should see both. I can now go through all of my phone, and it's all running and going. So now let's go through some options. We're just going to interrupt here quickly for an advertisement for some new products we've got available, some new merch. And Jessica's wearing it right now. So we have our new work shirts. These are Project mode on the back, Project mode on the front. I'm wearing the same thing. You can't see the back of mine obviously because I'm wearing it. But what do you think, Jess? Good? They're AS colour?
Yeah, they're good.
They're good shirts. Your idea? Apparently Josh is upset that I said it was your idea because it's his idea apparently.
Yeah, well I vaguely remember him saying that the other shirts were like they wash, like they last longer.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I don't know, I think he's making shit up.
But these are better. These are better. New shirts are available. They're going to be on the website shortly. I'll put the link in the description down the bottom so you can find them. We can also get the long tees as well. So Josh is wearing one. It looks like a bit of a dress, but I'll show you Josh's as well, and it's going to be available on the website as well. And here's Josh in his dress. So if you want to give us a parade in your dress, this is
it's a little bit long. Long is good.
He's a lanky dude apparently if you ask him.
Yep.
But it's now like a night dress for him.
Yep.
Turn around, go do the model. You want to be the model, there you go. So approaching the back. This is a long tee, tall tee, whatever you want to call it. Dress, night
Yep.
gown.
It's good.
Yes,
Longer.
good.
Then your ass doesn't hang out. People don't see your undies. People can't sneak up behind you. Got more coverage. People can't sneak up behind you.
So that's why Jay's got a short one?
That's why Jay's got a short one. And then look at Alec, he's even shorter.
Those shirts will be available on the website. I'll put the link in the description down below. There'll also be a link in the description for the throttle controller as well. So let's get back to me talking about the car, doing some stuff. So I've just turned the car on, Bluetooth pairing. It's going to do its thing on its own. It'll do that every time you open your phone and turn the car on. Again, so you can see we go through the different modes and we'll do it live as we go through. And then we change that all across. Now the cool thing is, if you look down here, that's the bottom of the line is your standard throttle, and the hump in the middle there is where it will go to. So that's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, 4, and we keep going up, and you see that hump raise all the way up. And let's go to the big doggy right there. So as I give this a rev, it's very aggressive. So that is aggressive as hell. Or we come back to O, which is off, it'll be all standard. Or we come back to 1, and that is now just a little bit of adjustment, and it's not very aggressive at all. So, cool things. Let's talk about some cool things. First of all, let's do the winch mode. So we're going to winch mode, and there is a warning here. Just obviously be aware you are in park or neutral. So click on next. Now we can go turn this winch mode on. Now I'm not touching the throttle, and we can see my tacho is doing nothing. But if I wind this up, and now that is throttling up, so you can have your winch running. You can dial it back wherever you want to be, and you can have that run for a minute if you want a timer just while you're doing it, and you can hold it there and that just keeps your revs up to keep your battery charge going good. And obviously you can turn that straight back off again, come out. So winch mode, that's cool. Alright, so the other things we have is we have eco mode, anti-slip mode, and anti-theft mode. We have to go for a drive with the anti-slip and the eco mode to show you what they do. We'll do that a bit later. But the part you're all here for is the rumble mode. Like I said, this is not a tune, this is just a cool adapter you can put in. If your car's already tuned, you can put this on. If your car's tuned and you haven't got a lumpy idle, this can do this for petrol and diesel. So whatever suits you, we can do it. We can plug it in, you can control it. That's right, you can control it. Let's have a look. So yeah, let's get into rumble mode. So what we need to do is obviously O is off. So put in the 1, we're going to turn the throttle controller on. We put in the rumble mode, we go next, and we can have 3 different programs which you can set. So let's just go into stage 3 because I've already sort of programmed this one up. And there we go, we have our rumble mode going. Now, but this is adjustable, so I'll come around the back so you can see. So probably hear it here a bit better. You can see this. So close. So we go into our edit button. Now I can adjust this. Now we can go back and go into number 2. And go to number 1. It's not even very light, but we can adjust it even more. So we can change around where it is and what it's doing, how fast or slow you want the auto to go, and how much of a rev you want. Yeah, different things. All adjustable. So what would you pick? 1, 2, or 3? But adjustable. You can turn that off, go back to normal, sending it through the throttle controller, and we're back on stage 1. So while I was idling away here, you may ask yourself, what's the point of this? There's no real point, it's just pretty much wanker mode. Seems to be a big thing at the moment. Hard cut limiters are the same. My car has hard cut limiter. This is all controlled through the throttle, so I don't have to do any more ECU remapping to change any of this, and it's all adjustable. So generally when I do a low idle like this, it's set is what it is, and I just program it in and what I think sounds good, and that's what it is. Whereas this, you can adjust yourself. So yeah, it's just chugging away there, so we can adjust whatever we want to do. So we can turn it down a bit. So I think it's pretty cool. So we're about to have smoko, so we'll have some smoko, we'll go for a drive, and I'll show you the other options. Alright, so in the car we're going to do some eco mode driving, so we can go down here to our little app, and we go down to eco mode, and we'll have that turn right down. So more eco, less go. So now we'll pull out to the closed road obviously, and if I stand on this, you can feel the, it's hard to tell you, well obviously showing you in here, but it's definitely a lot slower to try and slow you down while driving. So you can use that to slow down the throttle acceleration side of things. So I'm trying to push down there now, and it's very, yeah, you can feel it's just a lot more effort to make you go further. So probably try and slow that throttle down. I don't know if it's going to make economy any better or not, but that's what they call it. But it definitely slows the throttle down. So we'll try out the other options. I don't know, I'm going to try the anti-skid out on the road, but that is an option there, and we can go through the response on the other ones as we're driving around. So we got in the eco mode here, we're just seeing a bit of traffic, and you can press a lot of throttle and it doesn't go anywhere. So I would say this is probably ideal for maybe like forward driving, where you sort of don't want that instantaneous throw of the accelerator. You've sort of got to get a lot of percentage down before it does anything. It's like, yeah, I think pretty sure it says here by saying that you press like 20% before it does anything. So it's slowing it right down. So we're good for that off-roading, beach where you're bogged and you don't want to go digging any bigger holes. Yeah, like so I'm pulling through here now, like that's, I'm probably half throttle and we're struggling to get over 1500 RPM. So yeah, it's I'd definitely say it's more so a yeah, off-roading sort of thing you can use it for. That's just my opinion. Do let me know what you think, but I'll go and keep driving. We'll go into different modes. So I've just flicked it into E, which is the biggest ramp you can see there. You literally just touch the throttle and the thing wants to take off. Very aggressive. Don't know who would want to use it. My car's obviously tuned with a fair bit of power and torque and is really, really aggressive. But if you've obviously got a bit of a slower car, it's a bit, you know, laggy on the response side of things, this is the go, I guess. This is, yeah, ultimate mode on this thing. It's very touchy. It wants to kick back and take off on me. Not ideal while we're sitting in traffic, but it's yeah, it's very, very aggressive, that's for sure. So we'll flick back into number 1 mode and I'll pull up and we'll have a bit of a discussion. All right, so our next mod is the anti-theft mode. Now again, there is already an immobilizer in this car, so even people that offer it in their tunes is useless other than the car's already got an immobilizer in it. So this is another option. It's not an immobilizer as such, it more so won't let them accelerate, so it's pretty handy. I'll show you how it works. Have a look. So we come into here, we go into immobilizer, and the code can change every time as to what you want to be, so just make sure you remember what you put in. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, you got to put in again to confirm it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's now locked out, and I'm pressing the accelerator and nothing's happening. So now if I go back into the app and I go back into my anti-theft, just needs to connect back to the device. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning it back on, and we're back on and working. So that might be cool for someone who has, you know, children that's taking their car, teenage kids that are taking the car off their parents and they don't know about it. You can put a code in. If you're parking it somewhere, car park, or traveling away to the airport, things like that. Anything really, I guess, where you want to try and stop people trying to accelerate and drive away, that'll stop them from driving away without what the hell's going on, you know what I mean? And then you just come in, put your code in, and away you go. So that's pretty much it. Good feedback is good. I've got one for my car, obviously, so yeah, I'll buy another one. I'm going to recommend to all my customers with tunes. 1, have the throttle controller. 2, have the rumble idle. 3, have the winch controller. 4, have you know, eco mode, and then the immobilizer as well. So there's a heap more options available than some other manufacturers. Reliability should be there. It's ECU shop, not cheap China stuff. It's actually quite good quality. You've got the phone app as well, which is another bonus, so you don't have to have the actual controller stuck on the dash somewhere. It's tucked away, so if you do want to use that mobilizer mode, no one's going to see the controller to have an idea that it's there. So yeah, I think it's a great add-on to any car, tuned or not tuned. If you want that rumble slash low slash rumpy idle, that's available. So you can tune to what you want it to sound like, and there's 3 different modes, and it remembers it. It's really good. I don't know how else to tell it to you. I'm going to leave this one in my car. I think of the other boys at work, they all want them in their cars as well now, so I'm going to have to put a bit of a stock up. I'm going to throw a link down below in the description. I'll have them all in our shop so you can see them. You can buy them directly. I'm going to get Jay to start recommending to customers for tunes. So if you're looking in for a tune, be aware that we're going to just recommend these things because they're super cool. If you've had a tune from us before, give me a yell. I'll fit it to you for free. It's not a drama. We can stick it in and I'll go through and show you how to use it. By all means, give me a yell. We can throw that in for you. It's on the website. You can buy it, do it yourself, or bring it in and we'll throw it on for you. No dramas. So that's it on this one. Nothing super uber exciting. Throttle controller, but it's cool. It has some really cool mods, and I said you don't have to have a tune to do it, and if you do have a tune, it just adds on to that. So hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.